Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, species around the multiverse, welcome to Geek Syndicate Vidcast episode 8. I am the glorious Monts, and with me is...
When there's something strange in your neighbourhood, who are you going to call? Not him.
What? I was just getting involved, man, and you just used that platform to take me down.
Yeah, I'm giving the people what they want, man.
Is that what people want?
People want to see you get torn down off that pillar you're on, man. Do you know what I mean?
Pillow?
Yeah, pillar.
Pillow. So, what are we talking about today?
Why are you going to put me on the spot, man?
All right, today, here's what we're going to do. Barry's actually going to start off by talking about a book.
Yes.
Which I'm sure we are both... We both... This book makes us both smile inside. It's called Heart of Granite, and it's by esteemed fantasy writer James Barclay. What would you like to say about this book?
First, I'd like to say a disclaimer, because we both enjoyed the book, but I feel it's only right to point out that we are actually in the book as well.
In the book?
We have a cameo.
Cameo? You have a cameo?
Yeah, all right, man.
Barry's character. So the best thing is...
Why don't you actually tell people what the plot is before you start going on for one?
So this is James Barclay's first science fiction work, and it's set in a future in which genetically modified lizards, for want of a better description, are
dragons.
Dragons, actually.
Be a better term.
Yeah. They're designed so that human pilots can fit inside and sort of neurally link with them and fly together. And so it's based around this squadron of sort of dragon pilots, if you like. James sent us a copy of the book and he goes, yeah, you guys are going to like this because you're in it. And I was like, oh, I'm really excited. Tell me what my character's name is. He goes, you'll know it when you see it. And like... My character's called David Monteith. It's my name. The only thing that's unrealistic about it is my character's wingman is called Barry Nugent. Anyone who knows me about would know there is no way on God's green earth I would trust him watching my back.
It's a bit harsh.
You can be my wingman anytime.
It's the truth.
It's true.
Let's not forget the vampire business.
All right, man.
The werewolf business.
All right. There's a pattern.
There's a pattern.
I do get that.
What you want, Bat? You're bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But, let's focus on the positives. The positives are that we enjoyed books. Enjoyed the book even. It's kind of centered around like a sort of...
A bit of a maverick.
The top squadron who are called Inferno X.
Yeah.
And
Monts X.
Nuge X. Keep flying.
Keep flying.
And the best way to describe it is Top Gun meets Battlestar Galactica via How to Train Your Dragon.
That's exactly it.
That is literally the only way I can describe it to you.
What gives it, what sets it apart for me is that I'm reading it and I'm over the moon because I'm in it.
Yeah.
And halfway through, less than that, it doesn't matter that I'm in it. It's just a good book.
Yeah.
It's just enjoyable. It doesn't matter that my name, but it doesn't mean anything because the story's just gripping.
It's quite a brave choice. And I know, sort of speaking to James, I know it was quite a difficult choice for him to make because obviously, you're well known and successful in a particular genre. That's what you're known for. To step outside of your genre it's a risky gambit. Do you know what I mean? Because if you fall, it's going to be tough to pick yourself back up, let alone continue on in that new genre. But I feel that he has succeeded in that. I think because he's still got some of those sort of he's still got some fantasy elements in there, but it's very much a science fiction novel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And certainly there's a hell of a lot of Battlestar Galactica.
Absolutely. Well, I got the chance to catch up with James and to ask him a couple questions about all these issues we're talking about. Here's James talking about Heart of Granite. Here I am with James Barclay. We're in a bar. It's practically a bar cast.
It is a bar cast,
It
yes.
is, yeah.
The old Cheshire Cheese in Fleet Street, Dave.
It's full of history and venereal disease, probably.
Well, we'll find out in months to come, won't we? How full of venereal disease it is.
I'm not gonna follow that one down. So we just want to talk a little bit about what's it called? You wrote a book.
Heart of Granite.
That's the one. Great, great book. Heart of Granite. So you're well known for your fantasy writing.
That is true.
How many have you written?
Including Heart of Granite?
No.
Right. Not including 12.
12.
Yes.
So Heart of Granite is kind of a departure in terms of
Yes, it is, yes.
edging into the realms of science fiction.
Correct.
What influenced that? Quite a risk? Did you feel it was a risk?
Well, yes and no. It just was the next book that was right to write, and it's been knocking around my head for years and years and years. I can tell you, if you need me to, exactly when the idea came up,
Tell
if you
us.
want. It's many years ago, when I was a young lad. Well, not that young, actually. But 6 years ago, when my eldest was then 3 years old, and we were in a hotel room. He'd woken up before the dawn, bless his little heart. And so I'd got up, because it was my turn. And I was playing with him quietly, so we didn't wake up his mum. If we could, on like this little airport map, which he bought for him to play with and stuff, and it had like an aeroplane and some trucks and some signs and stuff. You could fold it all out and play. So we were playing with that.
Yeah.
And I was landing the planes and making all the noises, and he hasn't got a very long sort of boredom threshold.
Yeah.
So he got bored of that game, and he picked up a little dragon figure we'd also bought to his hotel, and he landed it at the airport. I went, oh, commercial dragon flights. And it came from there.
There you have it, folks. Inspiration can come from the most mundane of places.
Out of the mouths of babes and sucklings, etc. Yes.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with commercial dragon flights at all, but
No,
it
it's
is
not,
to
is
do.
it?
But it is to do with big lizards that people travel inside. So that's where it started.
Barry and I have tried our best to describe it. How would you describe it?
Well, it's Battlestar Galactica on land, in one sentence. But it's also it's almost like a Second World War book set in the 23rd century, and it's just I've called it future fantasy, but I've been told it's not that it's actually science fiction.
I quite like the future fantasy.
I think that's better as a fantasy writer. I can go with future fantasy.
Because
Military
the
fantasy
fantasy
is-
tropes are there. All the
They
fantasy
are.
tropes
Well,
are there.
well, the dragons are there,
The
sort
dragons.
of. The big lizards.
Yeah.
But there's no. It was interesting because there's no magic. There are no swords. There's no elves or dwarves. There are dragons, but they are bioengineered dragons that people fly inside of.
How did you get your head around some of the aerial combat scenes? Because they're amazingly detailed.
I don't know. I visualise everything that I do. So I visualise all combat, so I can literally see it in front of me, and I write it down. That's kind of how it works. But to be fair, they're
Brain, man.
But yeah, it's screwed in many ways. But there is kind of a Second World War Battle of Britain vibe to some of it.
Right.
So there was a lot of dogfighting goes on, and they don't fire missiles from 50 miles away and that sort of stuff. It's all up close and personal.
Yeah.
So in fact, you could kind of do almost like a one-on-one sword battle. If you can do that jousting in the sky, you can get that same sort of energy and impact and immediacy out of a Drake on Drake battle. I thought.
So you included a lot of real people in this.
I named people after.
You named
Yes,
people
I
after-
did.
Isn't that a writing no-no or something like that?
I don't care. I just thought because I've written 12 books where everyone has to have apostrophes in their names and
Jadon!
Al Karam or something like that. And in fantasy novels, I can't have David and Barry. I can't have that. It doesn't work. You know, and so this is my chance to put in names of people that I like and people that I respect and people that are fun. And I thought, well, I'm going to do it. And I did a couple, and I thought, well, I'll just do the lot. So quite a lot of them are named after people at my publishers, their friends, like you're in it, as you know. Barry Nugent is in it, as you also know.
Well, you know,
in a minor role.
You've got to have the riff-raff.
In a
there,
minor
haven't you?
role, yes. He spends most of his time in the medical department recovering from some horrific injury, as we know. But you're in it a lot.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
But I don't see why not. And if that makes people think it's fun because they see people's names they recognise, then what's the problem? If it takes them out of the book, then well, it does. But
Well, do you know what? I thought it might take. I thought I'd keep getting distracted by the fact it was me, but it was halfway through, and I'm thinking, I'd forgotten it was me, even though it had my name, because I was so involved in the story. So that's...
Well, the story does rip along, and I do like to write an adventure.
How many novels do you see in the series?
Well, there's certainly another one. Mm-hmm. There are others, if we sell enough, frankly, then there are others which can be written. But we'll have to see if there's a demand. If there's demand, then they'll be written, because there's stuff I'd love to write about that world and the characters, but if it can't be done and it won't be done, then it won't.
Thank you.
That's the world of publishing.
Isn't it just? Thank you, James.
Pleasure.
Back to the studio. And we're back. Thank you, James.
Thanks, James. You owe me a pint.
I had your pint. Makes me happy. So what we want to talk about now is a question that Keith Bloomfield has sent in. He asked us, what do we prefer when it comes to DC Comics? Is it TV, films, or animation? Great question. Where do we start on that? Oh, well, go on.
If you asked me that as a kid, I would have probably gone film, because I would have gone Superman. You know, Superman, Batman, you know, like Tim Burton's Batman, first one, certainly, anyway.
Yep.
However, I would say DC animation, because of the Justice League, because of that whole...
Yeah, but if we're talking about, let's say, a back catalogue of the last 10 years of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you're looking at when you come to animation, you got that Justice League cartoon.
Yeah, you got Justice League.
Kicked ass. Several versions of Batman cartoons.
Yeah.
Kicked ass. If we're talking animated films...
And the one that you've forgotten, Young Justice.
Young Justice, which is coming back, third season.
3, yeah.
Yeah. Young Justice was awesome. Not happy, but awesome. And and as a father, at the moment, my daughter cannot get enough Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
And also DC Superhero Girls animated stuff. But coming back to films, what's the one? Come on, man. Help me out. This is the one where Superman says to Wonder Woman, "You can't do that. You got to let these women go." And Superman's going, "Get out of space."
New Frontier.
New Frontier. I can't believe I forgot.
New Frontier. Yeah,
that film.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's just been consistent.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's consistent. So I like a lot of DC TV.
Yeah.
And against my better judgment for some of them, I will keep watching them to the end. I wouldn't do Smallville again. I learned.
No, never again.
But that's still, the animation still outshines it. And unlike a lot of people, I like a lot of, I liked Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I did as well, yeah.
But it still doesn't touch any of the animation. Doesn't.
I think the animation, all of those series, what they've got right is they're all really faithful to the characters, and they're really faithful to their interactions with each other. And also as well, anyone watching the Justice League cartoon will know what I'm talking about. The Cadmus arc. If you watch Justice League, you know the arc I'm talking about. The Cadmus arc, nothing's come close.
Yeah.
I believe in fair play. I believe in taking people at their word and giving them the benefit of the doubt. Back home, I've come up against my share of pretty nasty bad guys, but I never had to act the way they did to win a fight. I always found another way. I guess I'm saying I like being a hero, a symbol. And that's why I'm quitting the Justice League. You don't act like heroes anymore.
Animation, TV, movies, how would you rate it? 1, 2, 3.
Do you know what? My initial thing was going to go, right, animation, TV, movies. I'll still go with animation, but movies and TV I'm struggling with slightly.
Absolutely.
Because some of the TV stuff has been good quality stuff, do you know what I mean? And I can't think now. I'm trying to think of some of the shows like Arrow and all that stuff. But movies has been...
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go animation, TV, movies.
I would concur with that. That's exactly where I'd go as well.
I also recently saw Suicide Squad, which was okay.
I need to see that. I need to see that.
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay. So
But let us know. Go on, you were going to say that, weren't
no,
you?
it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, boom. So let us know in the comments below what you think. What would your order of preference be, and why?
And why?
And thanks for the question, Keith. It was a good question.
It was a good
If you've
question.
got any questions for us, mainly for me, obviously, then obviously put those in the comments below.
You can. Or send it to us directly at geeksyndicate.co.uk. In the meantime, don't forget to check out the website, geeksyndicate.co.uk. Check us out on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Facebook, on Instagram. And don't forget to, if you're in the mood, donate to Patreon. So, till next time, Geek Syndicate.
We black.
Out.
Oh,
We're out.
I thought we talked about that. No?
No, we didn't talk about that.
Okay. Sorry. We out?
Out.
Okay. Well, we are black as well.
We are black.
Just in case.
We are black.
In case you didn't
In case
realise.
you didn't realise. Yeah. UK black.